So that's the first thing. We establish a proper mindset. Stress management, stress mitigation, stress control. Control your mind, you'll control your body. This is the first step. The second step is, once you've taken a personal inventory, now take a physical inventory. This was mental, this was metaphysical. Now take a physical inventory. What do I have on hand? What can I use? What can I repurpose? A lot of us use bleach to clean, vinegar to clean. These two items, you can look at them and say, well, bleach will purify water, and vinegar, I can cook with it, I can clean with it, I can use it for medicinal, if you have apple cider vinegar, regular vinegar. These things can be reused, repurposed. So you look at what you have and how you can use it. Now the next thing that's going to happen is you're going to have a staunch realization of what you don't have. Don't focus on how what you don't have is hindering you. Focus on what you don't have and how to fix that, and then use what you have. Because you can't say, oh well, I'm poop out of luck because I don't have a survival knife. No. Do you have a pocket knife? Do you have a multi-tool? You'll get by. You'll be fine. No one needs an 8-inch blade that Rambo carries with a saw on the back and a survival kit in the handle. Besides, those are cheap junk. They don't work. You want full tang. Side note. So, what are we doing at this point? We're assessing our mental situation, we're assessing our physical situation, then we're assessing our plan of action. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to determine a plan of action. I need to carry myself and possibly others and our necessities, the things we must keep with us or take with us, whatever the situation may be, or organize and prepare to stay put. When this starts to happen, you have to decide and plan and strategize what your next step is going to be. So plan of action. Mental. So plan of action. 3 things. Mental check. Physical check. Third thing. Plan of action. Because you've conquered the mind. You've prayed. You've, seeked a higher you've prayed, you've sought God's will on this matter. You're asking Him, you're including Him in your decision making, but now it's time to go. It's time to cross the desert, cross the Red Sea, fill the storehouses, fill the grain silos with grain. You get my point. Now, what does that plan of action look like? Well, the plan of action has one goal. Your plan of action has one goal. Keep you and yourself, you and the ones you love, the ones you care about that are with you, safe, protected, and cared for. Medical, food, water, air, healthy, that kind of thing. So that's your primary purpose behind getting a plan of action, is the plan of action is going to facilitate keeping them alive, keeping them hydrated, keeping them fed, and keeping them healthy. Your plan of action might include several things. You might have to egress from point A to point B. You might have to stock up and get more supplies to increase that buffer zone between you and not having anything. And the third thing is in recruiting those around you to help, or start to create a network of people that you can rely on and do things that you yourself can't do, don't have the skill to do, or are otherwise incapable. So you take your first step, mental mind check. Second step, physical inventory. Third step, plan of action. I've centered. I say centered, I'm not a new ager. But you have to get focused. You have to, get your eyes on God. You have to focus, forward. You have to take things in slowly and not get sensory overload. Now you have a plan of action. Now what?